Blue Beast Tales by the Paranoid P.I. Starstruck. Diary entry year. 2087. It was after my 30th birthday that man decided to abandon our planet. Earth's atmosphere collapsed when the oceans rose above the city lines. You had to have work accreditation to board the Kaiber cruiser to escape global collapse. I was assigned to flight mechanics in the cartography wing. Was my major in finishing school. Can't remember where I grew up, but I know I'll miss Earth, with all its wonders and oddities.
Diary entry year. 2139. Can't thank my silent insider ref enough for opting me into the flight program. They say I'm old enough for pilot school now, what with 50 years of star mapping under my belt. I'm best in class in all the flight sims they tell me, even though they won't reveal grades. Feels like we're finally moving somewhere amidst being lost between worlds and stars. Diary entry year. 2144. Carbon extracts from Orga life around the ship provide clone spawning juice. I hear I'll be eligible for a full clone body in the next decade. Glad it's a free service to all passengers. They keep telling me I'm best on flight simulators, but I really want to know scores, hate anonymity. Diary entry year. 2157. The captain must have a hard time navigating through all the solar points on the radar. I don't envy them. Hope I make it through flight school, in the last leg. I'm getting old. There's nothing to work towards, you just get old. Time for my clone bath. Time to wake up young again. Diary entry year. 2212. Captain's latest message. Still no closer to a Goldilocks planet. No stars for days. Missing Earth more than ever. I have memories of our old planet, but they're all jumbled up. Flight simulations got harder and harder. I feel like I'm doing worse, but they keep egging me on. Diary entry year. 2239. AI can't take full reign over ships yet, that's why it's vital we keep a captain. Finally finished my century on the flight sims. Feels like I aced that last test, but alas. I got a fail on my final results. I either start again, or do another apprenticeship all over. Diary entry year. 2252. We're running out of clone sap, trees aren't getting enough ambient solar energy. They cut off the free cloning program to all passengers on account of the carbon sap shortage. I'm getting old, again. I can't keep up with the new kids on the decks. I need to retire, but when? Diary entry year. 2255. I reapplied for flight school. They upgraded to version 0.4 of the flight sim decks. Recently the solar dust purifiers broke down, which means less fuel, causing us to fly at half speed. They formed a cult in the med center and worship splicing partners into pets for full ascension. I didn't have time to meet someone during my academic years. Must be an easier way to clone. Diary entry year. 2257. Actually got to meet the captain. He was drunk and disorderly, went to grope me.
You passed 5 out of 10 test flights. I elect you captain of the Kaiber cruiser with full clone privileges. Most folk are merely content with more of it. Some don't rise to the challenge like you have.
Diary entry year. 2259. I got to take over the ship, steer a new route via a viable light sensor red. Before I hop into the vat, was I the second or third copy? Clones can't live thrice. I'll consult my diary after.
Blue Beast Tales by the Paranoid P.I. Comets over our eyes. As soon as I was sharp enough, my mum told me I was born under a red comet trail. She would remind me every birthday how the rare comet was due for its annual crossover. It wasn't until I turned 10 that she bought me my first telescope. She said she wrapped it with love. After I unwrapped my present, we spent all afternoon putting it together, aligning the viewfinder. She called it the blood comet, to match my hair and my hot-blooded temperament. That night, we set up the telescope and fixed it on a patch of stars we called the Mama and Babe. After a few hours of nervous stargazing, we caught a twinkle and saw the trail of the blood comet. It passed over the lens and dragged across a clear night sky, like a rogue flare over a freckled ceiling. I always remember that night. Nothing lit up the sky quite like that outer space rouge rock. She put comets over my eyes. I was forever changed. She gave me direction in this humble universe. Decades later, after I secured my position at Star Command, I took a break for my mum's health crisis. It wasn't long after my mum was diagnosed with cancer, I visited her house and found the telescope. I made sure to stop by my mum in hospital. It was nearing my birthday and I wanted to surprise her. 20 years had passed since I first saw the blood comet, and now it was coming round again. I spent a week by her bed. We viewed the moon in close-up every night before visiting hours ended. The night of my birthday, I brought the viewfinder bedside and let her watch the miracle in action.
There it is, there it goes. Have a look,
she said with heavy breaths. This time it looks different, smaller, in fact.
That's 'cause it's hurtling through space, shedding its wings with every go-around.
Sorry, the telescope is so dusty. Didn't have time to clean it on my way over.
Give it a spit polish now. Did you remember to clean the lens?
I grabbed a wet wipe and dusted the telescope top to bottom, till I happened upon the lens. The lens, it has a kiss all over it. Was that you? Has that been making the comet red all this time?
I told you, I packed it with love.
And the comet, is it an annual occurrence, or is it any old random comet?
It's whatever phenomena you want it to be.
Did the doctor tell you your progress, and your likelihood of beating this?
Doc said, I've got a meteor's hope if this treatment lands. Let's hope it's a red miracle.
My mum beat cancer. I survived by her kisses to my head. Every peck would plant stars over my eyes.
Blue Beast Tales by the Paranoid P.I. Shuttled entry. Come in, Earth Base, do you copy?
We read you, Fohammer. What is your destination?
I'm coming in hot. Conrays on my 6. Requesting orbital cannon fire.
Roger, cannons are aligned. Waiting for your command.
The Conrays followed me from Delta 6. Requesting further aerial assistance.
Negative, Fohammer. Backup is tied up. Find other means.
Conrays intercepting flight path. Keep the cannons steady. I'm right in their sights.
Cannons are en route. Repeat, cannons are en route. Deflect any orbital damage.
The Conrays are trying to send a message. Do I allow cross-species contact?
Denied. Reject their requests for comms. Off-world alliances are not to be trusted.
Coming in hot. Looking for airspace.
Airspace granted. Get ready to dock. Cloud Scraper boarding party awaits your arrival.
Did the eye in the sky vape those 3 tailing Conrays?
Negative. Cannons misfired. Contact inevitable. Do not listen in on their comms.
Kerr, this is the Conray escort crew. You have clearance to board our planet.
Wait, your planet? You speak English?
We speak more than English. Tell your orbital defense network to stand down. We wish to speak.
No can do. You're hostile space junk. We can't have you walk up to the front door.
We shape the stone. You form the laser. Let us in or relinquish your glow.
That's exactly why we don't share comms with strangers. You just want to take over.
We only want what we started returned to us. The details are irrelevant.
This is our planet.
Precisely. Which is why we'll have it back. It's ours, and it belongs to the hours.
Radio, do you copy? We have a trio of alien invaders requesting their land.
Roger, you are the welcome party. Help them to land.
What? But they tailed me from outside of the nebula? This doesn't feel right.
We lost our home long ago. You led us right back to it. The universe doesn't share.
Get lost, creepos.
We were lost, but now we found you. This is your last warning, Fohammer.
Divert your radio interference. We can't hear you, Fohammer.
Earth base, this is the tool in the sky. Requesting an alien invitation to join our party.
Access granted. Let them finally come home.
You were anticipating their arrival?
We were the arrival. All of Space Command was engineered by them. We're the loyal dog that waits.
Entering our atmosphere with 3 wise Conrays on my tail. Alert the real welcome party.
Blue Beast Tales by the Paranoid P.I. Keeman's Bluster. Somewhere between 12 and 2, near it was March 13th, calendar said 1722, or maybe 2022. I'd had my interocular astral spyglass set up since sundown. My family leather notepad sat in waiting for the night's accounts of the phenomena blue star. By candlelight I escaped war as one of the few stirring light below the frozen evening sky. My hardwood oak desk was in disrepair with years of notes and projects grading at its surface. The deep flaky navy wallpaper came off inky black in the light's residue. I hone my lens to the ether and swallow the viewfinder with half a skull. I saw a spotted canvas of naught with flakes of immateria like wallpaper tearing at the years. My eyes bulge and constrict as it gauges to contain the glow of the blue star it caught. I gulp 100 calculations in attempt to pinpoint my anomaly to a shadow branch of Hades. My soul is dancing in a neighboring nebula right next to the blue star that calls it. Tightening my nerve, I reach the solar stethoscope's nose and win the lens magnification. My knuckle brushes something warm, so I reach out and pluck at the oddity. I pull away from the apparatus and a warm glow fills my fingertips as I clutch at the blue star. Yet only an insignificant ethereal bead houses the holy glow of the blue star. My eye pulls from a miniature celestial giant and light echoes off the aquamarine wallpaper. I see posters of monsters and men fighting for supremacy over 2022 in unfolding rectangles. My desk turned from forest carvings to reflective metal rods by a window to the universe. The leather-bound notebook and ash water inkwell morph to a shiny square with ivory rod. Where a 4-poster bed once erected now rests a large, stilted pillow with seafoam coverings. It's daytime as I hold the star, yet night sprung only near not far. Where was I by design? Is this some cruel trick of the mind? Is my baker's spoiled germ to blame for this? I best place the blue star back where it's meant to be by design. Take one thing away and the whole tower comes down. I poke my noggin into the view hole and stretch my arm to hold the star in scope. The room returns to its icy hues, and I can open my other eye. I let go of the blue star, and the room reemerges in familiar shades of flaky ink. I reach for my quill and pot and get to writing what I saw. Not a lot changes, except for the stars at night and the bed we make.
Blue Beast Tales by the Paranoid P.I. The weather is changing. Broken tent zip flaps in summit headwinds. The mountain peaks my only respite from the pooling sea level. My nearby hot spring cave has a near-perpetual motion machine of blue mushrooms. There's only one island of hope and it's out there. There hasn't been man-made smoke in over a decade. The trees took over anywhere that wasn't swimming. On occasion I catch tired exotic birds. Probably the last of their kind. I started halfway up a summit in my bunker and just kept climbing as the water kept rising. There wasn't much to do but wind up the friction lamp with what energy I had. I could risk it all and maroon my shrooms. Maybe there's more to those other peaks than I'm bargaining for. There's no question, whether I stay or go, I can't stay up here forever. Gave up fixing the lamp to my comms blade to reach out years ago. Now I just check weather reports on my birthday. Should be coming up next month. Sick of the polar diluted poison fish jumping into my lap. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing mentioned, nothing sprained. I'll just wait to the next report, maybe I'll get lucky this birthday. Can't see my odds with the high waves and my broken escape pod. I could start a blog and maybe someone will find it. Probs best just zip up the tent and call it a week. If I take out 4 hours of nightly manual rereading light, I can divert the couplings and GPS. It's worth it, but do I risk checking twice at 55 or do I check next at 56? I'll make this one exception, call it a baker's your blind eye. If only this uploading wasn't slower than the download. Maybe someone will get the blog. Maybe nature is changing for the better. Carbon pressure deaccelerating at 0.04%. Yippee, Shroomville, the weather is changing. Time to patch my pod and bob to a brighter surface. I hope wherever I'm going we're already saved.